Okay, well, we have Eric from Vegas Benchwarmers here to talk NBA playoffs. How you doing, Eric?
I am doing fabulous. Absolutely amazing.
Philadelphia 76ers jersey on. You got to like where the Sixers are coming from. They swept the first round. What do you
We did
think?
we did what we were supposed to do. That's what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to take care of Brooklyn. Brooklyn has no stars. They shouldn't even been in the damn playoffs. So that's what we were supposed to do. But yeah, I don't feel good going forward. I fucking hate Boston. Oh, I hate Boston. They give us such a tough matchup.
I don't think that you guys have beat Boston this year, right?
Yeah, but they beat us all the time. I'm used to it. My son's a Boston Celtics fan, so I'm used to it. Okay, yeah, I'm not looking forward to this series at all, especially with Embiid being hurt for Game One.
Embiid's going to be out in game one. I still like them in the series, though. I feel like there's good value with the 76ers. They're plus 250 to win the series. And I think that they have better value than plus 250. I don't know. Would you make that bet at plus 250 or you still
Hell
does it scare
no,
you?
no. Who's going to step up? Harden. Harden's going to step up in a playoff series. Since when?
Well, the good thing about that is there's no good strip clubs in Boston, so Harden should play pretty good.
Yeah, but they got good food. No, I don't know. I don't know. Like I don't feel with Embiid out Game One, us going there. I mean, even if we upset them and shock them on Game One, I think the spread was like -9 now for Game One. I think I just saw that on Bleacher Report. Yeah, it's huge. And then now it's a knee problem. So what's going to happen? Is that going to linger the whole series? And then I mean, we have a lot of dead weight. Like I like Harden when Embiid's in, but Tobias Harris, what's he going to give us? 20 points a game, maybe once. Maxi, I love Maxi, but you can't count on Maxi to hold you against Boston. Boston is a deep, deep team that plays extremely, extremely well. And unfortunately, we don't have a player like Trey Young that can give it to him.
Yeah, well, you have Embiid that could, but him being injured, I mean, yeah, that's not. He had all the days off to rest too. I mean, he
I
should
don't.
be coming in healthy. So, wow,
It's his
yeah.
knee.
So you
It's
would
his knee.
in that series, you would pick. Would you even pick? Would you pick Boston, even though you're a
Oh
Sixers
no,
fan?
no, my fandom will not
Okay.
allow me. No, hell no, my
All right.
fandom will not allow me to do that. No, we going
Okay.
Philly all the way, but I'm gonna be realistic. Like if we win game or two, I'm gonna start talking shit. But I'm going to I'm going to hang out with some fans, some friends. I mean, and some of them are Boston fans, so I'm about to hear it. So I'm just right now, I'm just tempering it. So if we do win, I feel better. But of course I'm gonna go with Philly. Yeah, but I'm really scared. I'm like, if we were to get Atlanta, oh, I'd love it. I would have loved it. But yeah, no, Boston is good, and we really don't have people that are going to take care of Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown. I mean, PJ Tucker, yeah, but I mean, we don't really have a lot on that side of the ball that's going to give them problems. So yeah, I'm not high in hopes on this.
Well, I am still going with that value. I like the Sixers at plus 250. There's something about it I like it. Well, who do you like, Chris?
I mean, I picked Boston like a month and a half ago to go to the finals. I don't want that. I mean, you can see I'm a Lakers fan. Jake's a Lakers fan. Like it hurt me to say that, but they're a really good balanced team. But I mean, Tatum didn't show up in the finals last year, so you're kind of hoping that he doesn't show up in this series. But I like Philly. I think it's honestly a coin flip if Embiid can get back. But that even him missing one game, that coin flip then goes probably to Boston now. So I'm gonna be rooting for Philly though entire way.
Heck yeah, me too. You got anybody on this one, Jake?
I would lean towards the Celtics and meeting them and the Suns in the finals.
Okay.
If I had to pick.
All right. You like that the future bet on that one.
Yeah, those are the two teams that I am leaning towards. I think Boston's so stacked.
Yeah, just are they too? I don't know. Like I said, is you need Tatum to show up in big games, which I know he can, but we'll see if he does.
It's kind of a shame that they're playing each other in the second round because it feels
Yeah.
like this is an Eastern Conference championship. Do you guys feel Eric, do you feel the same way? Is this the Eastern Conference Championship? No matter who wins this series, are they going to take out either Miami or New York?
I mean, now I feel it is. I wouldn't have felt that way a week ago, or a week, I wouldn't have felt that way. As far, hey, Mama, Quinn, stop. As far as the Jason Tatum thing, let's not forget they're still young.
Yeah.
Like there used to be a time where they had that maturity of growing. You had to learn to lose before you could win. Mm-hmm. This team, even though they had trouble with Atlanta, it's in certain spots, they might have just been bored. Like that, they might be ready to, and this is a rivalry that they're not going to take lightly. I have a huge feeling Jason Tatum is going to go off. Like, I don't know why, but I think exactly what you're saying. As the playoffs get better, he gets more comfortable. He's going to go off. If he stops trying to force being a celebrity, he's going to end up going off.
And he might view it as this is the series right here. So he could take off the next series if he has to. So that might be something to look into as player props for the overs on Jason Tatum. Do you think that either one of the other teams, the Knicks or the Heat, do they have a chance?
Are we really betting against Jimmy Butler? What the fuck are you doing?
I know.
Are we really? Don't ever disrespect Jimmy Butler like that again after he did that. No, I'm not fucking with Jimmy Butler like I'm not messing with the IRS. So yes, I think they have a chance. I damn sure think they have a chance. I didn't think they had a chance against Milwaukee. So yes, they could, and they don't even have Tyler Hero. So I don't think that's like a huge thing on most teams, but for that team with the way they play, oh yes, I have Miami beating the Knicks.
Well,
I don't trust the Knicks.
Spoelstra's such a good coach too. I don't know if you watched what he did there. So they were overloading on Jimmy Butler. So he had Adebayo bring the ball up court, their center, and then ran it through him as the guy that was running the offense. The Hawks didn't know, or they didn't know how to respond to it. The Bucks didn't know how to respond to it, and the Bucks fell apart in that. But I think that's a lot of coaching because Spoelstra was throwing crap at them that they haven't seen all season.
I mean,
and Butler went off too.
Yeah.
How do you respond to a 7'2" dude bringing the ball up?
I know,
what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do? Remember, isn't this like the same team that did the box against Milwaukee, or they beat Milwaukee when they went into the bubble and they just know how to play. Jimmy. No, I don't care who Jimmy Butler's playing. He has a chance against everybody. Yeah, no.
Well, how much does it hurt you that Butler is not playing for you guys?
I want to don't. Why are you going to do that?
Sorry, it just popped into my head.
Because of Ben Simmons' punk ass. God. we picked Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler. I hate it. I still to this day hate it. I hate it when he left us. I was so mad. I don't think I've ever been so mad for a player that played 1 year to leave my team. But yeah, no, I was so. And then what happened with Ben Simmons and what he turned out to be? Yeah, just no. Oh no. Totally, it'd be a totally different team.
Do the Knicks have any chance to beat Butler? You don't think so?
This is the only thing. This is the problem. This is the only thing I think is Tom Thibodeau knows Butler, and everybody says that. Oh, Tom Thibodeau knows how to stop Butler. But do we not remember what Butler did in Minnesota against the starters with like the third string? When Jimmy Butler gets pissed and wants vengeance, it doesn't matter. So I think Jimmy Butler also knows Tom Thibodeau offense and how he plays defensively. And I think the key factor is Spoelstra. He doesn't get enough credit. Like, you see, is such a good coach. He is such a good coach. So I think the way that how together they are, how Jimmy Butler runs everything, and then how Spo controls everything on the outside, I just think it's going to end up being too much for New York. Did we think New York was going to get past Cleveland? I mean, what were they, the 4th seed, the 5th seed? And I forgot all about them. So, yeah, it's just Jalen Brunson's good, but I think Spo's going to come up something against that. And we saw Julius Randle throw a tantrum when he wasn't in at the end of the game. So how does that work? And somebody on the Knicks is going to get hurt. We know this. Tom Thibodeau gets somebody hurt in the playoffs every year. So somebody's due for an injury.
Well, you're saying the Heat's going to go into the finals, and then probably, I know you're picking the Sixers, but let's just say it's Heat Celtics. I asked you before, you think the Heat have a chance? Well, who would you pick in that one?
I mean, logically, I mean, brain thinking, I'm going to pick the Celtics. But, you know, if it doesn't make sense and I had to bet, I would definitely bet on the Heat because that would probably be a very, very good value bet. But at the same time, I would not, if the Heat came out and won, it wouldn't surprise me. They're just that team that's every year we have a team that comes out of nowhere in the playoffs. And they either get to the conference finals. Last year it was Dallas. Or the year before it was technically the Suns. Nobody thought they would make the finals when they first came into the thing. So it's like the year before that it was the Bucks. You have those teams where they're just like, where the fuck did they come from? I thought it was going to be the Kings this year. It might just be the Heat.
Maybe it is the Heat. The Heat are plus 800 to win the Eastern Conference championship.
Oh, you better go put some money on
and
that.
that's it. They don't even have to win the championship, just the Eastern Conference plus 800.
Yeah, because what could happen is, you know, Philly and Boston beat the shit out of each other, and then it goes 7 games, and it's just a knockdown. A couple guys get hurt, and then Miami just gets a bruised team, and they're back in the finals again. Because what year did they go to the finals?
2020 in the bubble.
Yeah, they went in the bubble. That's right. Yeah. I should know that.
And again, what happened in the bubble? Who did all that?
Jimmy Butler.
So I'm just saying, yeah.
After they won that last game, I went back and watched the interviews about what happened in Minnesota, the practice thing. It's I didn't even know there's a new part that added. He had his like Nike warm-ups on or his Jordan warm-ups on, beat them, and then took it off, and he had cut Philly out of his chest on his shirt. So
wow. I didn't know that.
And then he's like, I'm me, or I'm that guy, or something, like, pay me. And I think he was out of there like a week later.
Well, there's also the rumor that he was smashing Rachel Nichols while he was giving everybody 40 points in the bubble. So, I mean, we don't know what this man could do.
Love it. I would do it. I would do that.
Hey, my buddy Jason said he saw Rachel Nichols in real life, and she has a fat ass.
She does. I seen her.
Exactly what he said.
Yeah, I seen her. I saw her at the Sixers game. I was sitting 8 rows back. My sister bought me tickets it was when LeBron passed Kobe. And we bought tickets, and afterwards I was like, "Oh my God, I seen you. I love you so much." I was an idiot, and my wife was next to me like, "You motherfucker, what you say?" And she's like, "Hi, thank you." And yeah, she is thick. Her ethnicity is thickness. Oh God. Yeah, she is not. Yeah, that's why everybody on her show is black. I'm just letting y'all know that's why. That is
okay. So if it was Celtics versus Rachel Nichols, who would win that one?
Rachel, by far. If she can handle Jimmy, she definitely can handle light skin. Yeah.
She's coming in at plus 600, so that's another good value bet. So Heater plus 135. I think you guys like that one. And then maybe even the value bet on Miami Heat to win the Eastern Conference Finals at plus 800. Let's move over to the Western Conference. Where are we going to start on that one? Let's start with the easy one. Denver and Phoenix kind of both breezed through the round one. Eric, who do you like in that series? Denver, Phoenix. It seems like they match up close. Who are you going with?
I'm going with Phoenix. This is not even a matchup. I think this is going to be 5 games. I'm not even playing. This is not. First of all, we know Denver's going to choke at some point in time. At some point in time, Jokic is going to turn into playoff Jokic, which unfortunately is opposite of playoff Butler. So, and then Durant and them are still getting chemistry. Like, they're still playing. They're still learning how to play together. Who's guarding Durant?
I don't think you can.
Nobody. So Jamal Murray and Devin Booker is going to cancel each other out. I'm not saying Aiden's going to put up with Jokic, but I think Aiden's going to give him a lot more difficulties than Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert did. But after that is what is it? Porter and Gordon. Are they going to consistently play the same way they do? I do like KCP. I like him coming off the bench, but I'm counting on those 4. Like all 4 of them, one of them are going to win you a game every single series, in my opinion. Aiden's going to come up with some big rebounds, some big blocks, some big stops in this series. I don't think it's going to be close. I don't think it gets close until they play the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Well, I don't know if you watched any of that Denver Minnesota series. It was actually, the games were all pretty close. It's like, and this team's going to come and play the Suns and beat them. No way. Minnesota is a terrible team chemistry, and every game kind of came down. Not all games, they all came down to the end. So a championship team would be blowing Minnesota out every game, blowing them out.
And Murray was putting on a performance. He was going nice.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I think Denver is just bitch made. They're thinking about charging Anthony Edwards for assault and battery for that stupid ass thing. That is a bitch made ass city altogether. Okay, so no. I've been there. If y'all live there, I'm sorry. I've been to Denver. Fuck that city.
Sorry to our Minnesota fans out there.
What was that guy? Suns at 4. Y'all remember that?
Oh yeah.
When that Suns guy beat the
like
shit out of the Denver fan. Yeah. No, Denver's bitch made. Hell no.
All right, so you heard it here first. Suns in 4
Yeah.
against the Nuggets.
Yeah,
So you're thinking Lakers then, huh? You already preluded to it.
Yeah,
Lakers all the way. No matter who they face, doesn't matter if it's Kings or the Warriors. Who's going to give the Lakers a tough matchup? The tougher matchup.
The Warriors will. The Warriors will, because it's just it's Curry and LeBron. That will be the best. We love that. We love seeing. Do y'all remember the play-in game, like their first play-in that they had, and it was like a 7? We love that. We love seeing those two go head to head, and they're gonna go and bump and it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But they can't do nothing. They don't. They have no. Did we watch the game last night? Right? Y'all watched the game last night. Did y'all see what Anthony Davis did?
Yeah.
Did y'all see what he did? He only got credit for like 4 blocks. No, he had like 17. Okay, every shot that went up in the vicinity, he was changing that shot. No. That's a young, spry team. They had Jaren. Who is going to guard Anthony Davis on the Warriors?
Yeah, it seems
Good
like
question.
the Kings match up better against the Lakers.
I'd rather play the Kings though.
Would you? Just because?
Yeah.
I don't. Sabonis. Look, I like Sabonis, but after his elbow, he might not be able to see. He got. I like him, but he's not dealing with Anthony Davis. Until they get to Phoenix, nobody has a chance to deal with Anthony if he does what he did last night. Nobody has a chance to play like that. About
that. He dominated the game on defense. I think he only had like 11 points or 13 points like towards when they ended up taking him out. I think he finished like 15 or 17 because he got some like garbage time buckets. But they were so afraid to drive that it took their whole offense away from them. They did not want to go near the paint. And that, as a Lakers fan, that's what I've always wanted Anthony Davis to do. I don't really care what he does on offense. We don't need him on offense. Because some games he's going to score 30 or 40, but I'm fine with him scoring 10, getting 15 rebounds and 5 blocks. Because he's so good defensively. I just wish I would see more of that, and I hope we see more of it going forward.
He needs to accept to not take the spotlight.
Yeah.
You know
Which I think he kind of does. I mean, he went and played with LeBron. Like, you got to expect, like, you're not the spotlight if you're playing with LeBron.
Well, now you guys have a team that he can do that, because you have other players that LeBron for most of the game was standing in a corner. Like, he was literally just like, do it. Austin Reeves, go ahead. I'm just going to watch you go to work. You have the team where they can take offensive plays off and don't have to. Yeah, LeBron picked and chose his moments where he came through. He still had a great game. But D'Lo started you guys hot. Austin Reeves is just a magician with the handles. Do I think he's overrated as hell? Yes, because he's playing with LeBron. Yes, I do. But he's still very good, and he works in that system. Malik Beasley isn't even playing good. So he hasn't showed up. D'Lo is just getting started. I think you now have the team that you should have seen last year at the beginning of this season. And if this team was here the whole entire season, we're not even having this conversation. Like, they would have been a 1-2 seed, and they were the best team since the trade deadline. We're not having this conversation. They are knocked down the favorites. And that's kind of why I think Anthony Davis is falling into his mode of what he's going to be until you need him to come up big.
How do the Suns match up against the Lakers?
Oh, well, the problem that you have is you can't guard Durant and Booker at the same time. That's the problem you have.
And do you think does Anton match up well against Davis?
I think Aiden can give him physical prowess and give him a body and that strength that a lot of I mean, isn't Aiden like African or Nigerian or something like that? He's got that motherland strength. I mean, we've seen all the UFC fighters, okay? He's got Wakanda with him. So we know he could take on Anthony Davis. But I mean, offensively, so he's gonna make him wear down. But the problem that you have is if LeBron guards Durant at how old is LeBron? 150 right now. So if he guards Durant at his age, who's guarding Booker?
They got so many threats.
We haven't even said Chris Paul.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like
said Chris Paul.
I went to the game last week against the Clippers, and I was just watching them play. And yeah, Chris Paul we were talking about Davis not doing the spotlight. Chris Paul does not need to be in the spotlight. He'll just kind of run everything and just be the coach on the floor. You were talking about LeBron just kind of like sitting off to the side. Chris Paul will do that for the Suns too. It was amazing watching. I actually saw a lot of chemistry when I watched them live. Mm-hmm. I thought they were started to click. So it's going to be it'd be interesting to see what the line is if the Lakers play the Suns, because it seems like it should be close. They're good. They're both really good teams.
I'd pick the Suns. I love the way they're constructed because they got three guys that can make mid-range jump shots, which I know the whole league now is 3-pointers and layups. But when you get in the playoffs, you got to have guys that can make mid-range jump shots because they're going to take away your threes. They're going to take away the lane, and that's all left. And Chris Paul is like one of the greatest ever. And Kevin Durant, I think, is the greatest mid-range shooter percentage-wise ever. For the if you put in the amount of shots he takes, and I think that's a thing that a lot of people overlook is mid-range jump shot because it's so you're not supposed to do it anymore. But they got like probably the three best guys in the league right now in the mid-range.
In mid-range, yeah, for sure, yeah. But you can't. Go ahead, Eric.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Scott.
I was just gonna say you can't get past LeBron. Like having, I know people kind of like go against LeBron. I see your face, Chris, but like I'm a huge fan of LeBron. I know these Laker fans over here might not like that, but I've always been a huge fan of him. I think that he like steps up in the playoffs. I think he's more. I think when I was on Vegas Benchwarmers, Eric, you asked me is Jimmy Butler like the playoff king? It's LeBron, in my opinion, because every time he brings a team to the playoffs, he has what it takes to bring them. He'll even take himself out of the spotlight. So I'm a big LeBron fan, even though I
love LeBron.
I'm anti-Laker, but I love LeBron.
I love LeBron. This is why I love LeBron. Okay, all we want is our athletes to care about winning. That's all we want. We want our athletes to care about championships. When hasn't he? He cares about championships so much that he constructs teams. He will fucking trade you in the middle of the season, okay? Remember what he did to IT in Cleveland? He will trade your ass in the middle of a season.
He gets coaches fired.
Exactly. He doesn't even. That went to the finals.
Yeah.
He gets coaches fired. So no, he only cares about winning. Off the court, we can never say he did anything bad besides the decision. And outside of that, there was still like $1 million that went to a Boys and Girls Club. Is he corny as shit? Yes. But what 38-year-old dad isn't fucking corny? Like we forget that. He's a dad. His kid's about to be in the NBA. So he probably wears dad jeans at some point in time. But and then on the court, yes, does he fold? I was talking about this on my podcast earlier. The problem we have is we compare him to Jordan and Kobe. He's not. Kobe and Jordan are the same. He is magic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And that is, I think, the problem that everybody has that hates him is he will never be Jordan. He will never have that instinct. But he is so fucking great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So great. The fact of what he's done in his career. Like, I'm 41. If I roll my ankle, I can't get out of bed for 3 days, okay? He heard a pop in his foot and continue to play, all right? No. So he is so great. So everybody that hates on LeBron, fuck y'all motherfuckers, okay? I don't like the Lakers, but right now I will actively root for him Because he's fucking 192 years old.
Yeah.
Playing basketball.
He keeps on going up in age during this podcast too.
Well, he keeps on going up in age during the fucking years.
So I'm a huge Kobe fan. Like that's my favorite player of all time. I kind of put LeBron ahead of Kobe. I think it's very close, but I'd probably put LeBron ahead of Kobe. Me personally, I don't like watching LeBron play. I don't think he plays like aesthetically, like looking at the game. It's not pretty to watch. He's a very bruiser type player. Kobe was like, it was like poetry watching him play, and LeBron is like rock music.
There's a difference of like 60 pounds and 4 inches.
I know.
So,
yeah,
like,
use what you got. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree. Yeah, use what you got. Yeah, it's just hard. I'm half my family's from Cleveland, and he kind of fucked them twice. He did bring them their only championship, so they forgave him for it. But I still have a little hatred in my heart for it. I don't hate anybody, but what he did to them the first time, they're never going to get that over that in Cleveland, even though he won a championship.
They should hate fucking Dan Gilbert. Do y'all remember they wouldn't trade JJ Hickson for fucking Amari Stoudemire? The greatest players Cleveland bring him was Antoine Jameson, a 75-year-old Shaq, and Mo Williams, who he turned into an all-star that never did anything again. Cleveland fans should hate Dan Gilbert. They should not hate LeBron. Because you know what happened if he would have stayed in Cleveland? John Stockton and Patrick Ewing. Neither one of them have rings. We would not be talking about how great he is. No, neither one. No. And he came back and bring them a ring. So I get they were upset a little bit, but once he came back and gave them a championship, gotta let it go. Gotta let it go.
Yeah, he did make it right.
Yeah,
he came back and made it right.
Go.
Yeah, but you don't know people from Cleveland. That's a very bitter town.
I know. They don't have any good sport teams.
They got the Browns in there.
Trust me.
They got one championship in 60 years in any sport. They're very bitter.
And they're going to hate the person that bring them their second one. I understand. I get it. But even then, when he left, I will honest, when he left, this is going to feel bad for Cleveland fans. I gained more respect for him. When he
the
left.
First time or the second time?
Yes, the reason why is your organization failed him. Mm-hmm. They literally failed him. He dragged a fucking Larry Hughes to the finals, and they didn't do shit after that. Nothing. They got him. You got the super team in Boston. You got Dwight Howard Orlando with Hito Turkoglu. And who does he have? 89-year-old Shaq. No, yeah. So after that, I was like, okay, I respect you because you care about winning. Now, then when he went back and won, I was like, now Cleveland, y'all can shut the fuck up. And then you went and got a rapist in Deshaun Watson. So, I mean, oops, my bad. But
well, it's all good. I'm sure he did.
So, I mean, now you got somebody else to hate. So I'm just saying. I see a lot of 4 jerseys in Cleveland right now.
I
feel like they bring it on themselves.
They do.
Yeah, they haven't had a quarterback in their entire existence as a franchise. They're like, I don't care what he did.
Yeah, exactly.
They were just a couple of whole massages. We're good.
Bring him in.
We're gonna hate a guy
we'll love him here.
That has a school in Cleveland.
Speaking of the Browns,
with a 92% graduation rate. But yeah, we're definitely gonna love Deshaun fucking Watson.
That's awesome.
All right, let's bring it around the horn.
Okay.
Let's find out. We'll go around. Sorry. We'll find out who everybody thinks is going to win each conference final, and then we'll pick a champion. All right, we're going to start with you, Chris.
I'm still going Celtics versus Suns in the finals with the Suns winning.
The Suns, all right.
Damn, that's the same thing I was going to do.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Suns as well. I think they're so stacked with Durant and
who do you think
Booker and Paul.
Who do you think they're going to play in the finals?
I think the Suns will beat the Celtics.
All right, Eric, who do you like?
I'm a Philly fan, so I'm gonna say Philly and the Suns. I picked that at the beginning of the playoffs. So Philly and the Suns. I do have the Suns winning. Look. Durant on a super team is almost unbeatable unless he tears his meniscus or something. So I mean, yeah, I'm not betting against him. So
3 Suns. I guess I got to go contrarian. I'm not going to pick them because you know what I'm more of? I'm a sports better fan. That's what I'm a true fan of, is sports betting. So I'm going contrarian. I can't pick the Suns because you guys all pick the Suns. I'm going with my ticket. I still have a ticket that says the 76ers are playing the Nuggets.
I know.
I might cash this out. I might cash this out actually. But I got the Nuggets playing I got the Nuggets playing the 76ers and the 76ers beating them. So I'll stick by it. But I'm going to, after this podcast, when we get off, I'm going to check to see what that cash out is. And I might cash that one out. I think I'm going to double it. I think if I double it, I'm cashing it out.
Wait, I don't understand how we got two Lakers fans on here and neither one of y'all picked the Lakers.
I played basketball I still play basketball. Like, I know basketball. That's my sport. And the Suns, just like I was talking about with the mid-range game, and the players that they have, they think they got more. So you take Durant's the best player in the series, then LeBron, then Davis and Booker are pretty even, but then you got Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton that are better than anyone else the Lakers have. So right there, the top 6 players, 4 of them are the Suns. And you could make an argument that the top 2 players, now you can't put Booker ahead of LeBron, but you might be able to. There's a possibility that top 2 players are Suns and the top 6, 4 of them are Suns. So
I went to that game last weekend against the Clippers and I watched the Suns. That was the first time I got to see him live with Durant. And me and my dad were sitting there watching, and the Clippers went on a run in the second quarter where they went up by like 10, and they were playing the best ball that they could play, hands down. They were up by 10. They came out of a timeout, and within like a minute, the Suns tied it up. Me and my dad looked at each other and were like, they don't have a chance. Like, all the Clippers fans were like going crazy when they were up by 10. And we're like, the Clippers are playing amazing. And and then the Suns are playing shit, and it's tied right now. So when the second half came around, the Suns started clicking. And you can see what that is. And I think you're right. Like, if they click, I don't think anybody can beat them.
No, they're like the Avengers. It's not even fair. They're like, it's not. And I don't know if you guys remember when the Warriors had Durant, they used to pull away from teams in like the second half, third quarter. The Suns are going to do that against Denver. Mark my words. It's going to be close the first half. Out of halftime, they're going to come out and Durant's just going to put on his cape and just go to work.
Well, I forgot. It might have been Richard Jefferson. He said the easiest superstar in the league to play with is Kevin Durant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you said that.
You could put him on any team. I promise you. All of us could play with him right now. Like, we could literally go to a team and say, hey, you 5, let's go. And we're winning. We're winning. It don't even matter who the fuck we're playing. We're winning. Yes.
I'm money from the corner. I could play with him.
See?
He wouldn't pass it.
He would just do it. He would.
Yeah.
He'd be like, what can you do? Oh, you're the handler? Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go off screens. Oh, you go for. He would fit into all of our games. It wouldn't even matter. Like, he's like a Swiss Army knife of basketball. No matter what you want him to do, he can do. And
it's true. He's a nerd of basketball too. If you really look at him, he's he's a nerd out there. He knows the game like in and out. And I don't know. And
he plays defense too. He doesn't get a lot of credit for the defense he plays. He's a great defender. Well, he's like 10 feet wide.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's 7'2" with like 7-inch wingspan, playing 6'4" guys at 6'5". Remember Patrick Beverly guarding him and him looking over him, how small he made him look? No, he's so good. But yeah, he is probably the easiest player to put in any team. There's no team that he would not fit in. Unlike LeBron, where he has to take everything away and go and do it. Yeah. Durant just fits into the team.
All right, so Suns. Everybody's going for the Suns.
Yes, Suns. You should feel good.
I'm loving it. I wonder what Charles would say. All right. I think he will be. All right, Eric, thank you for joining us. Vegas Benchwarmers. How can we find you, Eric?
We are on YouTube, Vegas Benchwarmers. We are on Twitter at LV Benchwarmers, and then Vegas Benchwarmers every place else, Twitch and Facebook.
Nice. Everybody check that out.
It's a great show. Everyone should listen and watch. They're on YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Eric, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
You guys have a good night.